So let's go ahead and get into it. The Peak Design Everyday Case for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now, this is a case that I've always been eyeballing, all right? Peak Design doesn't know who technically T is. But I was like, you know what? I need to try this case out because if it's anything like the MagSafe wallet that I've talked about previously on the channel before, if you guys been following me, you know the MagSafe wallet was one of my favorite wallets. I call this the top MagSafe wallet out there on the market. And I was like, if it's anything as good as this, which I love this nylon material. I love what the Peak Design aesthetic. I need to go out there and try it out. So I went over to Amazon, go ahead and cop the everyday case for the 14 Pro Max. So here we are. Let's go ahead and try it out. Peak Design don't know who I am. Maybe after this video, they may get the clue. So let's go ahead and check it. Everyday case 14 Pro Max, worth with MagSafe. Now, if you don't know anything about Peak Design, they kind of have their own ecosystem when it comes to accessories. All right, they have that attachment point on the back, which is kind of proprietary to Peak Design, and in my opinion, I'm gonna be real with you, it's a little bit of an eyesore. That's one thing that always kind of turned me down about the case. Now, I could just be the only one who thinks this way. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about your case having a attachment point just visible. I don't know. I may know about different things like that. I like my case just to be clean and subtle on the back. But if you look at it, they have a bunch of different accessories that go along with their ecosystem. You got car chargers, you got a bike mount, you got a desk charger, you have that wallet. But you can have stuff. You can see a little ecosystem of different products right here. So pretty exciting when it comes to their accessories. So let's go ahead and get it out. You get your paperwork, and this paperwork is just going to tell you a little bit more about their ecosystem of accessories, just like we just finished talking about. But here's the case. Here's the everyday case right here. Now, one thing that is similar, like I stated, is that nylon material. Now, I've used this thing for a good while, and it doesn't even look like it's been taking a beating. It doesn't look like it's worn. It doesn't look like it's just all beat up, but I can tell you what, this nylon waterproof style material, this is tried and true. I'm not gonna lie, and that's what I like about this case. One thing about these type finishes is not a lot of case companies do it, and I love when case companies give us like a fabric or something that has a little bit of texture on the back than your normal kind of smooth back when it comes to cases. But when it comes to these cases, man, it's going to be a rigid case. It isn't going to be anything flimsy. It's nothing like that. It's actually a pretty rigid case, and that's kind of, I didn't know what to expect going into this case. So let's go ahead and weigh it real quick. Let's go ahead and bring my scale over here. Let's see what the weight is working with. Very thin case, all right? This case right here is very thin, not thick at all. Dropping it down on the scale, 46 grams, all right? So I feel like you might get a little bit more weight when it comes to this case because of that little middle attachment system, but I'm not 100% sure. Peak Design Mobile, I guess they kind of break it down by each category when it comes to their cases. You get that same nylon finish on the inside is the same way that you finish on the back side. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's pop the phone in here. I'm kind of anxious to really see what this thing has going on, and I'm gonna tell you right offhand, that's a real confident fit. That's a real snug fit that just went on with popping this case in. So let's go ahead and take a look at it, man. Very clean case, looks very good with the black 14 Pro Max, nice and stealthy. Now they do have a few different color options. Actually, I only think they have two. I might have just told y'all a lie right there. They have this basic gray black configuration, and they also have a very light green color. Now I'm not familiar with the exact colors, but you get what I'm saying. They have two different colorways that you can rock with. This one just appealed to me a little bit more. So let's go ahead and step around the case. On that top side, it's going to be completely closed. On that right side, you're going to get a subtle Peak Design branding, which I'm not mad at it because it's nice, smooth. They have a dope logo, so I don't mind it being on the case. Power button right here, no texture or anything, but it is very tactile, works just good. Flipping it over on the bottom, you see all of your cutouts are good, and you do have two holes for lanyard loops if using lanyards are your thing. Not really my thing, but I definitely can see good use case scenario for them. Going on vacation, you might be standing over a cliff or something like that. Look, you don't want your iPhone just swinging and banging out there, just could fall down. So I get the use for lanyards. I just like to live life on the wild side a little bit. But on that left side, you get your volume up and down. Very nice. And you can hear the very nice and tactile. Getting to that mute toggle switch is not bad at all. Flipping it over on the back, you can see how raised that camera lip is. So your cameras are protected when you're talking about sitting it down. Now this is going to be a case that's going to have a major rock. All right, they're not really appeasing to the rock. So it does have a nice little rock, but you know, it is what it is. Now taking a look at that lay on the table protection. Now it does have a little lip that goes all the way around it right here. So even when me running a tempered glass screen protector, it has a very faint lip, nothing too strong, but there is a tiny lip there. Now I think this case is kind of more of a medium protection. I think the drop feet of this case. Let me see if it's actually on the packaging itself. I don't think it says a drop rating on the actual packaging itself, but I can probably vibe with this case and feel like it might be like a medium protection, nothing too heavy duty, but I feel like you can survive with just an everyday drop, nothing too extreme when we are talking about it. So you get a little lip on it, pretty good to go. Now, how does this case fit on your phone? First time doing a Peak Design case, let's go ahead and test it out. So on that top side, impressive, all right? Very, very stiff right there on that top side. Coming down the sides, you barely get any movement. This is what I'm talking about, Peak Design. This is how you bring the fit and making a good impression on me the first time I review a case. That's what I'm talking about. So pulling tug test is passing with flying colors, getting down to the bottom, which is probably one of the most troubled areas. Super snug down here. You get a little give right there, but everything is tight. Everything is snug. So A1 fit when it comes to that. And then popping this case on, you can still get this case off, but you hear every corner has that nice click to let you know that it's in there and everything is good. So Peak Design passed the fit case, flying colors, excellent fit, excellent finish when it comes to this case. And how does it feel in your hand? Now, one thing that could have took this case to the next level was just integrating a little bit of grip on the sides. These sides are very smooth, doesn't offer a lot of grip, but I do feel like if you'd just added a little texture, you do the nylon so well and it feels so good when it comes to the back, but just add a little texture pad. I'm not saying you gotta overly do it with some very aggressive grips, nothing like that, but just subtle grips on that side would have make this feel so much better. So could be a little bit slippery when it comes to the sides just because there's not really a lot of area to grip onto, but holding it in your hand, it feels good. This case is, I feel like it's a thin case. You know what I mean? It may not be advertised as a super thin case, but I feel like this case is really thin on the grand scheme of things. So such a thin case feels good. Doesn't add too much bulk to your phone. Good job, Peak Design. Now let's go ahead and test out this MagSafe strength. Let's see what those magnets work with because I know they probably have more magnets than what the normal MagSafe ring does for Apple. So let's go ahead and test out that strength. Okay, you see it's picking up this base. Do I feel 100% confident just to yank it and pull it? No, because it does come off a little bit, but this thing has strong magnets because it does pick up this with ease. I just don't feel like, I don't want to tear my desk up, all right? You've seen the war wounds that happens when I do my MagSafe test, but that's all for y'all. But it does pick this base up, so that means you have some strong magnets. So good job, Peak Design, with the strong magnets, all right? So let's go ahead and test out some of the accessories. Let's go ahead and bring the Apple MagSafe. Oh yeah, the way that thing popped up there, it definitely popped up there with some authority. Works just fine with the Apple MagSafe battery pack if that's your thing. Of course, you have their proprietary wallet, which goes along with it, but popping the Apple MagSafe wallet, say you want that, say you want something just a little bit different, works with that just fine. But this is where the magic happens when you pair their Peak Design wallet along with the actual Peak Design case with that magnet strength. This is where the magic happens. And if you don't know anything about the wallet, it serves as a stand. All right, so you kind of have to hold it a little bit, but the adhesion is definitely stronger than the regular MagSafe accessories that I've already tried out. So, of course, the good thing about this thing, you kind of have to fumble with it a little bit. This acts as a stand. You can do it up here, do it like that. Comes out. If you want to get to your cards, you just pull it out, and it definitely pulls your cards out. You just slide them in, and then you kind of have to, you know, it's a way to do it. The strap kind of folds back. I'm making it look like it doesn't work, but trust me, it does. I think this thing has been folded a certain way for so long, and it just kind of folds over like that, and it kind of keeps a magnet right here to kind of keep your wallets in there. Pairing it alongside with this, that's just a nice combo all together right there. All right, so if you want to see the review of this Peak Design wallet case, I'll be sure to leave that down below if you want to check it out. Like I said, I did a proprietary video on that, which I do think it is one of the best MagSafe wallets out there. But should you buy it? Sitting at 40 bucks on Amazon, I think this is an amazing option. And I would buy it. I would buy it. I would run this case with the nylon back on it. Feels very good. If you want to really indulge yourself into their ecosystem, you can do that as well. And it's a very tight fit. You got strong MagSafe magnets. You have very good buttons. This, I give this case a check mark. All right, I got to give this case a check mark. It's checking all the buttons. It's checking all the buttons. It's checking all the points for me that I really do like this case. So links down below for whatever iPhone 14 series you got. Go check it out. And just like I stated, man, if you want to pair it with that Peak Design MagSafe wallet, I will be sure to leave that video above.